everyone and welcome back to Schoolosophy. So in my today's video, I'm going to speak about enzymes. So let's start. Enzymes are proteins that function as biological catalysts. So basically, catalyst is the substance that speeds up a chemical reaction. There are many other catalysts, but enzymes are biological catalysts. This means that they work inside our body. So basically, the function of an enzyme is to speed up the chemical reactions that takes place in our body. And enzymes are made out of amino acids. That is, an enzyme is a protein. Mainly, there are two different types of enzymes. First type of enzymes breaks down complex substances. For example, when you intake a starch molecule, it is very complex. And there is an enzyme which breaks down that starch molecule into easier substances so that we can digest it. The second type of an enzyme builds up complex substances. For example, they bring together all the glucose molecules to form a starch molecule. So the second type of enzymes builds up the molecules. Let's take a look at some examples. Starch is broken down to glucose as a final product. But to break down starch to glucose, there are two steps that takes place. Starch is first broken down to maltose by the enzyme amylase. Starch is a complex polysaccharide sugar, while maltose is a simple sugar, yet maltose needs to be broken down into glucose so that it can be absorbed by the cells in our body. So first starch is broken down to maltose by the enzyme amylase, then maltose is broken down to glucose by the enzyme maltase. This is the first type of enzyme which breaks down complex substances into simple substances. This is an example of the second type of enzyme. Glucose, which is a simple substance, joined together to form starch, which is a complex substance. And the enzyme which helps in this is known as starch phosphorylase. So simple substances of glucose link up together and form a chain to form the complex substance starch. Enzymes are broadly classified into three different types: carbohydrase, protease and lipase. Now enzymes are named according to the reactions they catalyze. For example, enzymes that break down carbohydrates are known as carbohydrase. Enzymes that break down proteins are known as protease. And enzymes that break down fats, which are also known as lipids, are known as lipase. Now sometimes these enzymes have specific names. For example, amylase breaks down starch to maltose. Now starch is a carbohydrate, so basically even amylase is a carbohydrate, but that enzyme is given the special name amylase. Same way for protease, you have an enzyme known as pepsin that works in your stomach. Now even if it breaks down proteins and it is a protease, it is given a specific name. Now let's look at some properties of enzymes. The first property is all enzymes are proteins. I realize that this may sound a bit odd because enzymes also break down proteins, but all enzymes are made out of amino acids, that is, all enzymes are proteins. Second, enzymes are made inactive by high temperatures. Now this means that when at high temperatures, enzymes can no longer work. That is, that they can no longer break down complex substances. I will explain this in detail later. Enzymes work best at particular temperatures and pH. For example, if the rate of reaction at a temperature of 40 is very high, it means that the enzyme is working the best at that particular temperature. The same goes for pH. For example, the enzyme pepsin in our stomach works best at the pH of 2, that is, with the hydrochloric acid present in the stomach. Next, enzymes are catalysts. Now, as I explained before, catalysts are substances that speed up chemical reactions. But another major property of catalysts are that they do not change after the reaction has taken place. They retain their original shape. So, for example, if an enzyme, that is amylase, breaks down starch into maltose, even after breaking down that starch molecule, it will retain its original shape. It will not get affected by that chemical reaction. And the last property is enzymes are specific. This means that one type of enzyme can only break down one type of substance. For example, the amylase enzyme can only break down starch to maltose and no other complex substance into simpler substances. Same way, enzymes that break down proteins can only break down proteins, and enzymes that break down fats and lipids can only break down fats and lipids. That's it for this video. I hope you understood. If you have any doubts, please put it in the comments down below. And if you want me to post a video on any topic, please put it in the comments below. Bye-bye.